Hi everybody, welcome to episode 2 of Director's Diary. I am Jeffrey Chips. I am the director for Pittsburgh Shakespeare in the Park's 2020 production of Cymbeline, and today I am going to talk to you a bit about our rehearsal process. Under normal circumstances, I'd probably go into rehearsals with a much different game plan than we've been pursuing over the last 2 weeks or so, namely that we would be either in a park or in another rehearsal space together. We'd be spending a lot more time working physically, getting into the space, exploring the space. We opted to spend over a week of our rehearsal period just discussing text. We went through each scene and we did extensive paraphrasing. We did a lot of scansion work and, went through each line of very interesting choices Shakespeare made as he wrote this play toward the end of his career, where he really had mastered this form that, all these other writers in his world in London were, he really starts to play with this format a lot. And what you start to see is that the sentence structures don't match up very cleanly with the line structures. And, a lot of actors and schools of acting will teach you to play with those as opportunities to make choices as an actor, to add pauses at the ends of those lines, and maybe de-emphasize natural pauses that would come at the end of a thought, at the end of a sentence. So we've been playing a lot with that. We've been making a lot of discoveries with that, with this play in particular. And I don't know that we would be making those kinds of discoveries if we were, in an outdoor setting where we were under a much tighter schedule, same schedule, but we would be having to do a lot more of staging things within that period of time. So our typical rehearsal schedule that I think, every show the last few years I've worked on with PSIP, we do a 4-week schedule. It's about a month long. We rehearse on evenings and weekends because we all work. I have a day job, so that's kind of when we're all available to get together and rehearse a play. So 4 weeks, it's tight. We're typically 3 to 3.5 hours on our weeknights, 4 hours on our weekends, 6 days a week. So I'm pretty tired. we're hitting the end of our second week, and I'm gonna sleep pretty well tonight and into tomorrow before we get into our third week of rehearsal. Rehearsing via Zoom is a very, very different animal, as we're learning, and it definitely has its drawbacks, where we're dealing with connection speed issues and when actors start a scene and they have forgotten to unmute themselves. Commute times are a lot shorter, which is nice when like me, you're a father with small children, and I get to enjoy dinner with my family. We communicate better in a lot of ways, I think, because the format really requires you to be very clear in what you are saying to another person, or if there are several people on the call, that you have to be very direct with who you're speaking to and what you're saying. So I think a really, really wonderful group of people, and we all have really, really enjoyed spending time together every evening, every weekend. That I personally really look forward to seeing these people every night, and that really helps because there are a lot of unknowns and a lot of factors that we can't predict all the time, different from what would be very unpredictable in a typical Shakespeare in the Park's rehearsal setting. This is episode 2. Keep your questions coming in. psipcymbeline@gmail.com. Send those questions, and I'll try to answer them in my next episode. And I'll try to get these out. I'm trying to get at least one out every week, if not two. And looking forward to seeing you September 4th. Cymbeline, Pittsburgh Shakespeare in the Parks. Come and see us. All right, bye.